As of August 3, 2026, Cuba's national power grid is in a state of total and systemic failure. The blackout has cut power to 10 million people across all 15 provinces. This is the sixth time the entire island has gone dark this year. Current restoration efforts are struggling to overcome a combination of deteriorating mechanical infrastructure and severe fuel shortages. This timeline tracks the failure. It began with localized transmission line trips on August 1st and ended with a complete national system disconnection at 10:43 p.m. on August 2nd. This is the Antonio Gutierre's thermal power plant. When this single facility failed, it immediately removed over 1,800 megawatts of generation capacity from the grid. This chart compares the 1,800 megawatt deficit against total capacity. The system had zero reserve margin to absorb the loss. This is due to fuel insolvency. Under U.S. oil blockades, over 100 backup generation units were forced to remain inactive. Because international sanctions had already depleted the grid's emergency buffers, the mechanical failure at a single plant triggered a nationwide shutdown. To restart the system, grid operators are using a decentralized recovery protocol to form isolated power nodes called microislands. The recovery process involves 4 phases: firing localized gas units, energizing critical services, heating boilers of larger thermal plants, and linking the islands together. By Monday morning, technicians established over 100 microislands, restoring electricity to 50% of Havana's circuits. This line graph shows that progress was short-lived. At 5:05 p.m. on Monday, severe storms and frequency oscillations caused the grid to collapse a second time. Each failure forces a total reset of the synchronization effort, as the grid remains too fragile to withstand even minor external shocks. For the population, the blackout means enduring heat indices of 106 degrees Fahrenheit without the electricity needed to run fans or water pumps. While crews work to restore the current system, the structural causes, aging plants and a tightening fuel blockade, remain unresolved. Until equipment and fuel deficits are addressed, the island faces a cycle of prolonged, unpredictable outages.